Welcome back, rock stars. So for at least today, perhaps over the next few days, I'm going to be telling you stories from one of my jobs as working as a hostess in a popular restaurant, because people's stupidity really never does cease to amaze me. Okay, so before I start, I will just recap on what the cutscene was about. Basically, I am going behind the police chief's back to, oh crap, I fell. To find out about Rex Ferry and stuff by going to the prison that we got a lead to in the last episode. So I have to go find a ferry. Anyway, so to start off my stories, the restaurant I go on... the restaurant I work at very often goes on wait, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For dinner, there's going to be a wait list. And depending on who all's there, part of the time, it's my job to run the wait list and give people the little pagers that come with being on the wait list. Like, oh, you're pager number 18, and here, we'll buzz your pager when it's ready, except most of the pagers are broken, so we just have to call them by number anyway. But people... they think they're being funny. I guess for this one, they honestly think they're being funny. But when you take the pager out of the dock, it vibrates like it's supposed to when you call them. So, I hand people their pager, and I say, here you go, your table will be ready in X amount of minutes, whatever. And they say, but it's vibrating now. And some of them think they're being funny. Other ones are honestly just stupid and don't realize that it just vibrates. And it's like, yeah, haha, yeah, you think you're being funny. Other people say different things, like, well, what do I do now? You wait. It's called a wait list. You wait. Like, what else are you supposed to do? Other people go, how will I know when my table's ready? And I say, well, I just told you there that, this would vibrate when your table's ready, or I'd let you know when your table's ready. It's gonna be okay. Other people don't understand what reservations are. They'll come in looking for a table, and sometimes large, really big groups will come in. They'll be like, oh yeah, we need a table for 18. And then they're all pissed off when you say, sorry, but it's gonna be a wait, because, we don't have room for 18. I have no friggin' idea where I'm going. Apparently, I was at where I was supposed to be, but I can't see. Oh, am I supposed to just go in here? Will this open for me? Hello? Anyway, and there's tables open that have been reserved, and they say, well, what about that table? And they just don't understand that just because there's tables open, that doesn't, Or they'll say, oh, but there's a whole bunch of tables. And you'll be like, yeah, but there's also 30 people ahead of you that are being seated right now. So calm down. I'm seriously friggin' lost. Does anybody have any idea how am I supposed to get in here? Is there a thingy that I'm supposed to use here? What's the button that I use for this? Why? I'm so bad at games. It's ridiculous. This isn't about waitlist, but things that do make me angry is, okay, I understand when people want to sit where they want to sit, okay? That's fine. You want to sit in a booth, you have every right. If you want to wait for a booth, if there are none, you can. But people, when you say you have to wait for one, they get all angry. And if you're like this one set of older people, I'm not going to go into too much detail, who wanted a booth, but there were none, and then said the table was fine then, because they wanted to be seated right away. Sat them. And then she just went on and on and on about how in her whole life she'd never had to sit at a table. It's always been a booth, yada yada yada. So she's sitting at this table going on about that, and it was like, okay, whatever. I asked you if the table was okay, you said it was okay, so we're all good. And then the server came and got them the drinks and such, and a couple minutes later we came back out. Oh, I found a thing. Just check it. 15,000! I don't have 15,000. Just checking stuff out, and they weren't there. It was like, okay. So we look around, and oh, there we go. That is not where it shows on the, oh, this isn't even what it's supposed to be doing right now. Oh, well. Somebody had gotten up from their booth, so they just went and sat in it without it being bust or anything. There were still dirty plates and cups and stuff all over it. It hadn't been cleaned at all. And then it was like, oh, here, let me get this stuff out of your way. They didn't even move. They just, like, sat. They were interesting. Let's go with interesting. Well, that's nice. You're giving me a super block, but I still don't have enough. And I still don't know how the frick I'm supposed to get there. Do I have a video call? I have a video call. No, I still haven't found anything. Okay, I found the prison, but I can't find the ferry that you mentioned that I have to take to get into the prison without the chief noticing. I found a fence. There's surprisingly a lot of people like that who really do get in a flop when they don't get their way and who expect you to bend over backwards for them. I also had a woman who was on the wait list wanting a booth specifically. She waited for like half an hour. We finally got one open and cleaned it up, and I was taking them there, and she said, oh, I don't want this booth, I want that one, and pointed to the one next to it, which is exactly the same, just, 5 feet to the left. So, was I not in my police uniform? Is that the problem? No, okay. Oh, I have 8,000, I can do a thing. Whee! Do I want to do this, or do I want to save up and build the big thing. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, it's just, I was like, I'm sorry, but, that booth isn't ready. There are still people sitting at it. And they were literally just paying their bill. And she's like, oh, it's okay, I can wait while you clean it. It's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I didn't offer to clean it for you, and those people also didn't offer to leave early for you. But anyway, they did get up, and that woman did stand there and tap her foot on the ground while I tried to bus it as fast as I possibly could. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I know you want to sit where you want to sit, but sometimes there are people sitting there. There's also a couple who comes in, and they always want the same booth. The exact same one, and they won't even say hello. They'll just go ahead and just sit right in that booth without asking or anything. And the man isn't so bad. It's the woman who is like anal about it. And that's also the booth where when the managers are having a meeting, that is the booth in which they meet. And when I told the woman that, like, I'm sorry, unfortunately that booth is taken, she's like, well, that's my booth. That's where I sit. And I said, I'm sorry, but the managers are having a meeting in there. And I wish I hadn't have said that. I wish I would have just said it was people sitting there, but I thought she'd be more understanding if I said the managers were meeting there. But anyway, she said, well, they should put the customers' needs before their own and let me sit there. Even though there were like 20, not 20, because I don't think we had 20 booths, but at least 10 other booths left in the restaurant, including the one right next to it that's exactly the same. But no, so she got all in a huff, and it wasn't pretty, but she didn't end up getting her way, so anyway. Children. Children can also really, really, really suck. I'm so friggin' lost. Like, I'm sorry that I'm not progressing in the story, but, like, I do not know what I'm supposed to be doing. I guess, do I have to make the buildy thing? Is that what... Will I build a ferry if I do that? Let's just see what the options... I don't really have a choice, do I? Oh well, here we go. Let's hope that it doesn't suck and I haven't wasted 8,000. But, I've unlocked Imprisoner. Do I need that? Is that what I need to do this? Honestly, I just can't believe that, okay, it said I just unlocked it in Prisoner, and now I can't find it in here. What the hell? Fuck, I don't want a squatty. I want that thing that I just got. they always make a huge mess, and they are there for a long time, but I guess that's just children. But it's the parents of the children that can really get under my skin. The one that stands out most vividly, I was fairly new at the job. Oh, is this what I had to do? I had to climb down here? Oh, I got eaten by a shark! I remember Sky getting eaten by a shark. Oh, frick. Okay, I don't know where to go. Okay, you know what? I'll continue my story when I've finished doing this, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so I feel dumb. I've been running around doing stuff, talking for the last 5 minutes. For the record, no, I still haven't figured out how to get back in. But I did kind of advance somewhat. So I've been talking for like 5 minutes, and I realized that I forgot to turn the recording software back on. So, yay me! Anyway, I was talking about these 2 young children whose parents were just letting them run around the restaurant, touching everything, and a lot of those things probably shouldn't be touched, like people's knives and such, and going outside and running around the bar, which is family-friendly, but I still wouldn't want my, like, 3-year-old running around in a bar, especially without me present. Can I get on this rock and that will... Ugh, I've been eaten like 10 times, and I just do not know what to do. Anyway... So finally, after like half an hour of these children running around doing whatever they wanted, the mother came up to me, because they were right around my workstation, and they were really pissing me and the other hosts off. But, you know, we can't say anything, have to be all smiles and such. And the mother was like, yeah, I'm sorry, there's just nothing I can do about them. They've already had their ice cream, so I can't threaten them with no dessert. There's nothing I can do to control them. And, of course I didn't say it, but in my mind, I couldn't believe that. It was like, there's nothing you can do. I have an idea of what you can do. It's called parenting. Okay, I'm not a parent, but I know enough from babysitting that you can discipline children without having to threaten them, okay? And if you can't do that, then you're doing it wrong. I seriously just couldn't believe it. And is this where I've been supposed to be going the entire time? No, this is where I started. This is where I started. What? They go say, please enter. Make sure you will lose all your progress in the current mission. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Screw that. Back up here I go. Hi-ho, hi-ho. I can't climb up this. And I can't climb up that. And I can't climb up that. And this is blocked. And I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Right, I'm getting really frustrated with this, so I'm going to have to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribing will make you a rock star. And in the next episode, I promise I will not start recording until I have found what the frick Frankie there was talking about the Ferry. So, thank you, bye! I decided this time that I'm going to talk a little bit about the things that happened when I lived in Res. Now, don't get your hopes up too high. I didn't go to crazy parties.